Okay, it's you again. It's you again. Um, so I'm sitting here thinking about things, and I'm starting to realize that I have never left this same space I've been in since I've existed. I am seriously coming to the conclusion I never move. Here's my logic behind I don't move. Okay. I gotta shave so my neck's itchy, dude. Okay, so I don't move, okay? Ever. And neither do you. Neither do you. Because if I don't, then neither do you. Okay? You're not any different. Don't act superior. Don't act superior to me, alright? I don't like it when people act superior to me. I don't act superior to myself. Just kidding, I do. Okay, so here's the thing. We don't move. Think about it. You're in your car. You're driving. Okay? You're driving to work. You get to work. You're even at work now. You're still in the same spot. It hasn't left. Okay? We get confused because we're like, oh, it's just because it's our body. It's just because it's our body. I'm in my body. That's why, yeah, I'm in a, I don't move because I'm in my body. If you're that aware, if you're even that aware that you're in something, that you actually exist in something, if you come to that realization that you're in something, okay, then you have to also realize that your something is also in something, right? Okay, so you're something in something. Okay, well, here's the thing. And it's something. And think about this. Your environment moves. You don't move. You don't move. Be with me here. You don't move, okay? Everything, your surroundings, your environment moves, right? You're in the same spot. You're in the same spot. Let me repeat this like 10 times in your face. You're in the same spot. 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 There's no place like home. 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 You're in the same spot constantly, which is conveniently the now moment, which is conveniently the now moment as well. So you're in the same spot quite literally, always, okay? Even when you're in your car, you're in the same spot, dude. You're in your car, it's moving. If you have the illusion of like movement, you have the illusion of movement. It feels pretty real. It feels pretty real, but it's like a dream. All right? When you're dreaming, you're again in the same spot. Like I'm trying to explain to you, you're in the same bubble. It's just a bubble. It's your vision, your sight, your hearing. You're in the same fucking spot, dude. So we need to think about this. I think we all need to collectively think about what I just said. You're all in the same spot and you haven't moved. Would you believe it if that were true? That you literally stay in the same space, but environment changes. But it has to be a mutual agreement with your with your surroundings, if that makes sense. It has to be a mutual agreement with your surroundings. So, you could ask me, what's that mean? Okay, well, in my mind, your surroundings are people, animals, trees, bushes, all that space, the air, the space, which is larger than the not space if you are paying attention. If you were paying attention, it's way larger than the not space, man. Way larger. Way more powerful, too. Way more powerful, if you notice, because you're in it, you're in it. So everyone's in the same place at once. That's pretty weird, isn't it, guys? I think it's weird. I mean, how can you not think that's strange? We're all in the same place at once. but we're separate, or we think we're separate. Collective mind. What would it mean? What would it look like if we were all able to have such similar thought that it was almost you weren't an individual anymore? How many people would be comfortable with this idea? I wonder how many people would really be comfortable knowing that your ego and your identity that you know as yourself is completely going to be stripped from you, and you're going to become something much larger than you can comprehend or imagine. You know, this is how I see it. I don't think some people are ready to experience oneness, period, because it's something beyond comprehension until it is comprehended. And if you are smart enough and you're watching this video, then maybe I said some things that might have helped you comprehend just a little bit more and where I'm headed with this. Really think about what I said. You're in the same place. You always have been. You've all been in the same bubble that you woke up in. The environment seems to have changed, but it hasn't. It's an illusion. It's the biggest, funnest illusion you can imagine. But trust me and believe me when I say you have not moved. Period. Okay. I believe this. Okay. That's how you're able to go through different dimensions without moving. Because you don't need to move. It's not necessary. You can do it in your mind. If that's what's creating all this, then what stops you from, why do you need a physical ship or anything like that? I think that if humanity was open-minded enough, that we have the potential to exit your flesh. And maybe it's happening right now to you and you don't even know it. Okay. The third dimension is very dense. It's a very dense reality. So the gravity, you throw in gravity and I feel like scientists have wrote certain laws in physics and people take them as gospel. People take it as gospel, like it's literally like they'll never change or evolve. And if one thing is history has shown is that science is always wrong. And it's not always wrong, but for the time that it's in, it's wrong. Almost always. It's always evolving. Equations are rewritten. Equations can be wrong. So just be aware that nobody knows shit, is my point. Especially me. Especially me, right? So we're all just kind of floating in the same space we've been in. And you are trying to tell yourself this painfully obvious fact. We need to collaborate on this. We need to discuss this because you can only ignore it for so long. I think, I'm familiar with, Buddhism. I'm familiar with the idea of reincarnation, and I believe that it's probably very true and accurate. So, people are addicted to form. They're addicted to this dimension. And I think so much so that people think they're trapped. But yeah, you are trapped, but it's because you did it to yourself. You've trapped yourself in this thing because you're addicted to it. You can't imagine leaving it. Your family, have you even considered what oneness would mean? Oneness would mean your family's you. It's a large idea. For some, it's probably a terrifying idea, I'd imagine. Terrifying. Because you're giving up the only thing that you've ever considered personal to you. Just your name, your ego, your personal experience as a human being, your family. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? Have you ever considered that all of the loss you've felt is leading up and conditioning you to be prepared for what might be coming? And that's a major change, a major leap in humanity's evolution as a species and as a whole. As a whole, I said. So we don't exactly know what it's going to look like, do we? I don't even. Hey, I don't know everything. I said that earlier. But I feel like I've always had pretty good intuition about things. I may have not always been an A student. I'm a high school dropout. you know. But I always seen things enough to understand it and to help others understand it. And to pass, you know what I mean? So, do you want to pass or do you want to continue riding the Ferris wheel? It's fun. It's a fun Ferris wheel, isn't it? But like, at what point, if I were to tell you like the truth, which I don't know, but if I were to tell you the truth, uh, and told you that you've been here way longer than you'd care to know, and experienced things that you would really not care to know, just to get to this point that we're at, your suffering wasn't for nothing. Neither was mine. Neither was mine. So, um, oneness. It's a big idea. I think people are confused and they think, like you're still going to be able to maintain your ego and you're still going to maintain your identity as like a singular being. I don't think this is going to be the case. I could be wrong. I don't believe scientists. I don't believe what people tell me. I have individual intuition and I have individual thought. And I don't let people dictate or tell me what to do or feel or plant ideas in my mind. Well, I did. I did. But now I'm at the point where I'm creating my own thing. But I think it created me. So I'm just kind of doing what I'm feeling to do. So back to what I was saying. Oneness, I don't think anybody's ready. And that's why the majority, I don't know how it's going to happen. It's hard because religion has really put so many ideas in people's minds and planted so many seeds that it's hard to say how oneness could and would come. There's many collective minds, the Pleiadians, collective mind. When you channel, and there's channelers channeling, this species. If I'm not mistaken, it's a collective mind. So I don't know what this looks like, but it could look like you're going to be grouped. You're going to be grouped, and you no longer will probably have a body. It's not going to be necessary. Um, I could be wrong. We're just brainstorming. We're just spitballing. So I could be wrong. Because I like the idea of an individual soul too, as much as you do. Of course. I don't want to be spiraled into one thing. I don't want to be spiraled into one thing. Hell with that. But then you think about it. You hear one person saying, it's pretty cool, isn't it? You gotta admit it's cool. But then you hear a choir sing, and it hits different. It hits way different. Maybe collective mind, we can retain our individual self, but not so much of the ego. So you still maybe have a body during the transition, but your mind is going to be much more tuned in to your environment and people around you. You're all going to be on the same page. You may have individual thought, but you're going to be more working like a machine, more working like a team instead of just being concerned about your family, which is important, but so is your neighbors. So is the whole thing. The whole thing. We don't want to rely on powers anymore that are killing people. This is the main thing. You've all had people in your family that have been in combat. And obviously I have too. We have friends. Some of you have friends that have died, lost their life. You cannot justify murder to me, ever. And you won't. So here's where I sit with it. Anyone in a position of power that has any plans or thinks that fighting or murder is an acceptable option in any situation, you have no right. You have no right. And it makes me wonder what your karma is going to be. If there's anyone listening right now that's in that position, which I hope and pray there is. I hope and pray. I'm making this video right now, and I'm at 1818, and I'm praying that there's someone in power shaking in their little boots and pissing their pants, watching this guy wake the people up, and realizing that once you've lost every soldier in the field, who's going to fight your battle? Who's going to fight for you? You sure as hell wouldn't die for any of them. Right? Right. Right. Yeah, you wouldn't. And you know you wouldn't, because you're the one that sends them to die. It's disgusting on a level that I just better pray I'm not God. You better pray that I'm not God. Or that all the people are. Or that all the people are, more importantly. You better pray that all the people on this planet aren't God secretly. Man, that would really suck, wouldn't it? For you, I mean. The one that's really uncomfortable watching this. That knows what they did. Or have done. So that's pretty simple to me. Stopping war, stopping all of it. And also the system while we're at it. I'd like to talk about that. I know this is getting into being a long video, but I also, I'm a very, I'm not a violent person. I don't think violence is the answer, period. But I think that things can be handled in a way that are very civilized, collectively, to dismantle the powers. I don't think I could even ever play this video. It would get banned right off the rip. But we can pretend. We can pretend that somehow it gets out there. So it's like I've discussed this before, and it's crashing a casino. How long would it take to crash one, a big one? You know, how long would you not have to play in that casino for it to run out of gas, to run out of energy? First, you gotta well, I don't want to go in, fucking gamble. It's the first thing, which I think is what kind of the Matrix is. It's a casino. It's a casino full of bullshit. Store full of bullshit. It doesn't matter. They've robbed us of our souls and sold us stuff that was already here, that's been here forever. You're a slave. We're all slaves. But it's changing. It's changing right now. If I can wake up, so can you. We can share this collective idea of oneness and actually caring about your neighbor and living by the golden rule. Think about somebody you love, and then think about a stranger not helping them if they needed it. You wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want that. So the next time that you see someone on the street struggling, or anyone needing help, why don't you not pretend? Think about your brother. Think about someone that you love that doesn't feel good, that is like that. That is struggling. And you're not there. So who is? The stranger. The stranger. So if everyone was that stranger, whoa, it's a big idea. It's not hard to do, really, to be a good person. But it could probably have a dramatic effect on the whole system. I believe it would. I wish I could get on a big platform and scream what I'm trying to scream to everyone and shove it down their throat, so to speak. But I can't. And all I can do is talk into this camera to myself. Which is probably you. I even encourage people to do what I'm doing. Do what you're doing. Do self-inquiry. Talk to yourself. You do it every day without realizing it. Do it literally. Don't just, talk to yourself. Answer yourself. Be crazy. People say it's crazy in the, psychology. It's crazy to talk to yourself. You're for sure crazy if you answer yourself, right? Not from my experience. Not from my experience. I won't get into my personal experience with that. But I don't think that talking to yourself is crazy. I think it's very important for self-inquiry, for self-exploration, and for the collective mind, too, which is the whole point. So I'm on quite the spiel. We've went through a lot of topics. So I'm trying to think back and think about what I really want to stick in your mind. In my mind, like, is saying, Kim, tell them that they're stuck in the same place. Keep reminding them that they never move. Keep reminding them that they never move. Like, something about that idea is very interesting to me, you know. And I wish people just think about what I said. The screen doesn't move, yo. The screen doesn't move. Pay attention, dude. Pay attention. The screen ain't moved a fucking inch. It never does. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Forever. Forever the screen. All right? This one. Put your hands in front of your face. That screen. Ain't going nowhere. Doesn't move an inch. It's always there, right? What's that tell you? What's that tell you? And I'm going to watch this later because there's things that I'm saying that Kim quite ain't grasping, right? But he watches stuff over, just like you do. So, there was that we talked about. We talked about oneness and if we're ready for it and what it could mean. We could, encourage you to think about that. And thank you for listening, Kim. Who? Or you. And think about what I said. And if anyone wants to talk more or has ideas about what I just said, or wants to hit me with something that I'm not aware of yet, as far as being in the same spot as you, it's interesting. It's interesting. This could be it. This could be the idea. This, quite literally, could be what blows your guys' minds and worlds to the next level, is what I just told you. You might have just got a secret, and you might have just got more than you could chew. So think about what I said. Thank you. Enjoy.